Hey, I'm Cadence Kidwell, and I'm going to be talking about what I'm taking off the top. I'm here at Fuzzy Goat in Thomasville, Georgia, and you can text me at 229-236-GOAT. I'm using the microphone, so let me know if there's sound or no sound, and we'll get that all fixed up. But we've got a class going on in the back, so it's a little more festive in the shop right now. So lots of stuff came in, original items for the season, things that we haven't had before, and some things that are new. So let's see, I've got it all gathered around me, and I'll start with these perpetual calendars. So what I love about these, okay, so there's knitting and crochet, and it is a stitch a day. It has a little base so that it can sit up, and it doesn't have the dates on it, so it can be used over and over again. I mean, like it has July 13th, but it doesn't have the year or the day of the week, if you know what I mean. So it can just be used over and over again. So Rachel, let me know, give me a thumbs up or a star if you can hear me, or let me know if you can't, because it's always iffy when we're using this microphone. So these are really cool. So a stitch a day, you could try something new. Maybe you're a knitter and you might want to try crochet, or vice versa, or you're a knitter and you just want to be exposed to a whole bunch of new stitches or a whole bunch of new crochet stitches. So we've never had ones like these before, so I'm really happy to have these in the store at this time of the year, because I think they'll make great gifts. And just this morning we got an order for 3 each, and so I know that they'll be going to somebody and they're going to be sharing them, right? That's got to be right. Okay, stitch stoppers. Let me, I'll wait and show you my stitch stoppers in a minute. But the Gnome Knit Along, let's see. I was all organized here. The Gnome, oh, here's the stitch stoppers. Look how cute they are. Let me take them out of here. These are one of the things, I'm taking off the top here, is these little stitch stoppers here. I personally am not one for a holiday themed marker or something like that, because it's too much pressure to finish my project in that particular season. But Melissa says we're going to get some, and so I said you pick them out, and she picked out these, and I really like them. Plus, I do like to match my stitch stoppers to my project. So let me show you my project. So let me throw these back in here. So those are the new stitch stoppers we got. Oh, great. Thank you, Rachel, for letting me know. I won't be worried about that now. I saw this. We have the Madelinestosh pooling yarn, which is a collaboration that they do with Dawn Barker. What I'm wearing is an example of the pooling yarn. It's like this, and when you get to this color in the yarn, you do a little fancy stitch. And I saw this, you know how Facebook is, it does it to me too. It showed me something, it showed me this picture, and so I messaged Facebook, I messaged Madelinestosh and says, oh, we have to have that yarn because I want to make that. So this is something else I'm taking off the top, of which my truck with the Christmas tree will match my yarn. So this is the cutest little pattern. This is called Summer House Scarf. And Elaine knit this one, but I have done this pooling yarn, the assigned pooling yarn patterns before, and it's a lot of fun, but I've never done it with lace. So I think that's going to be really fun. And one skein will do it. We now have the self-pooling yarn in singles. We had them in pairs. We now have them in singles. And one skein will do this. And she actually has a smaller version where you could do, okay, so this is it all finished up. I just think it's darling. But over here, you can see the smaller version, and that's really cute too. And you can make 2 of them out of one of these. I think this also makes great holiday time knitting. I'm trying to think, what am I going to knit on while I'm around my family, and I'm going to lose my stitch count or my chart, or I'm managing too many things. So I think this might be just the ticket, because I don't have to remember to do anything. I just have to do it when it shows up. So we have this new color, which is called Camille, which I'm in love with, and I'm taking off the top. And then we have this one here is called Maryland, which is what I'm wearing. And it is 2 skeins of that. This is called Rome, Roam, 2 skeins of this. Then we also have this one here, Everyday Objects. And we have one left of Seated Ballerina. There's a really pretty cowl project. So a lot of her Dawn's projects are 3 skeins. Many of them you can go ahead and still make them in 2. It's still plenty big. Then she also has this sweater pattern here called A Murder of Crows. Sue is making this right now. And what I adore about this Camille color is there was a companion Claude color. So if you wanted to try the assigned pooling in a sweater, we've got the link up. This is your ticket because here's the companion color. So you could do the body of the sweater in this and the yoke in that. So I just think that's really great knitting. I think this is going to be my knitting project, depending on how easy the lace is, that I'll be doing when I'm around my family during the season and I still want to be knitting. They are very kind to me and let me do a lot of sitting around. I used to work for weeks on the holiday meals. This year, during the holiday time when I can sit, I do because they know that this is the busiest time ever for us. So that came. Those are some of the things I'm taking off the top. Another thing that I'm taking off the top, the project I'm going to do, is we have new kits for the Gnome Mystery Knit Along. So I don't know what the pattern is. I've done the Gnome Mystery Knit Along before. The pattern, the first clue will come out December 1st. They're always darling. All of the patterns are super cute. And so you can go to imaginelandscapes.com and you can see others. We also have a link to this on our Mystery Knit Along Gnome kit. And this is the one that I picked out. And I don't know what I'll be. I know I'm making a gnome. That's all I'm doing. I, again, don't normally knit toys and things like that, but the other times I've done this during the holidays, just that one little bit, it's just been really fun and nice to do. Lisa, I'm sorry it's frozen now. It should kick back in. We're these old brick buildings, and it usually doesn't freeze up on the replay. All right, so I want to show you those. The ornaments are out. Let me organize myself here so I don't leave anything out or repeat myself because I got so much to show you. So the shop is decorated. It's all festive, and we have this fun group of ornaments. Oh my gosh, I was just filling an order for somebody who got some of these reindeer, these felted reindeer. I love a felted ornament. It is so nostalgic to me. There is a unicorn. Who doesn't need a unicorn on their tree? Or a poodle. Oh, the poodle's got a little bow. And then, of course, a sheep. But, so those are some of our new felt ornaments. Oh, let's see, little golden mouse. And then we have a rainbow sheep. Has a little bell on it. And then the turtle. I'm just showing you some of the ones I just grabbed off the tree up front because I couldn't stand to not show you these. The striped penguin. It just goes on and on. We have a few flamingos. I just love this time of year. I have a tiny house, and so we don't have much of a tree anymore. And so what's in here is just so happy to me. And Madeline did such a great job getting everything out. We got a little crocheted bear. Oh, sock monkey and hippo with a tutu. And when you see things with a color like the skirts and the hats and those things, they vary across them. Each one is a little bit different. So wanted to show you those. That's out. The calendars. When Emre was here last week, he brought some amazing samples. We were able to keep a few of them. So this one here is Autumn in Istanbul, and we have that as a pre-order for a kit. You can just see the way the light is coming through the lace there. It is exquisite. And then my personal favorite, the Night Shift, which is in the spiral grain. We also have pre-orders for that kit also. Then he let us hold on to the cutest little pair of socks. And these are the little mini-me's so that you can make little baby socks that also stripe and match. So we were really grateful that he let us hold on to those. He introduced to us this new yarn. It is so new that they don't even have all their patterns for it yet. So we have found some patterns. Last week he showed this to us in just the neutral color, but you know, we didn't go for the neutral color, and it's already here. This is so soft. This is a boucle, really lovely, lovely, amazing yarn. It would make a fabulous blanket. You can knit on in a size 11 to a 15. It is alpaca and merino, 50-50. So just really exquisite. Let me show you. Oops, man overboard. Show you all these colors here. Yep. So we've got these colors here, and let me show you some patterns that Melissa and I have pulled together. One, you could do with you could make a ribbed hat with that. I wouldn't bother with much of a fancy pattern. Here, I'll hold this while I'm doing it, because the nubbies and everything, you know, will just take over. So you could just even do a plain hat, put a really cool pom-pom on it. This Lutzen cowl would be so soft and luxurious around your neck. We have the links to this up at this yarn. It's called Lan Alpaca. Lan Alpaca. I gotta say that fast. I think this vest here, the weekend slip over V-neck, a vest in this would be exquisite. Also, the Express Yourself sweater that we've done before would be great. I'll make sure I get the link up for that. Yes, Sherry, some of these colors are perfect for football teams. Yep, I'm seeing that. And then Melissa's thinking about this sweater here with this little detail in there. And that would show up in there. So, I'm just loving this Lan Alpaca. I may need to make like a lap blanket or something, because I would want to feel this all the time. Oh, so pretty. Okay, one other set I want to show you, and then I'm going to talk about my own knitting. We have, oops, it's going to sound a little crinkly because of the plastic. But these, because we're such good friends with Earth, they have these bamboo kits that we've had before, our baby gradient kits, and they're not going to make them anymore. So we bought as many of them as we could. So we have lots of colors that we've never had before, and these are bamboo and cotton, so they feel really cool next to your skin. Easy to wash, all of that. Oh, the Mabel sweater would be good, Jillian, for that boucle. Easy to wash, easy to dry, make fabulous baby blankets. We've got a baby blanket pattern up there, and then, but it doesn't just stop at that. Here's also a crocheted baby blanket too that's really sweet. We got that link up there. But you can also make a poncho out of these kits. That would be great. So there's the baby gradient, which has basically a white color, and then two gradients with a little bit, each with a little bit more color leading to that one. And then there's the 4 shades, which doesn't have white, but has the 4 different shades. 2 solids and some and a gradient in there. And that would be really nice in this, to make Isabel Kramer's Yumi sweater. And if you needed more, we've never had this before, we have a lot of the singles. So if Elaine is knitting up a sample for us right now as a scarf, a bandana with 4 different colors, and so you can mix and match. So we're really excited about having these, because we can share them with you one last time before they're not available, and they've always been really popular. The bamboo, cotton, baby gradient, 4 shades, all of that. So we have those in time for you to maybe knock a few extra gifts out. So I want to talk about my knitting. When last we had a moment, I was talking about my Terranova. And I have made so much progress in my Terranova. So I have one whole sleeve done. Look at this fun cable at the end, cable around the neck. When we were talking about it last time, I was showing you how I had not realized that I was supposed to pick up these stitches across the bottom at a faster rate so that my bottom is a little technically wider than the back, which I love the back because it's a little, got this little bit of length to it here. To be honest, now that I've done the back, I really can't tell that much difference between the back and the front. So I'm probably not going to rip that out until I've worn it a couple times and see if I really care. I've got this much more to go on one sleeve, and I am good to go. It's a DK, so it's going pretty fast. I was thinking about maybe this would be my holiday knitting when I'm around my family, but honestly, I think I'll be done by then. Yes, we are, Lydia, we have this bag in our custom colors, and we will get more in this blue denim. Ashley is making those for us now. But one thing I also wanted to say about my knitting, a little tip here, is, you go from here to the bottom, top down, and it's hand-dyed yarn, so each skein is going to be a little bit different. So then you have to start, you separate for your sleeves, and then you start a new ball. All right, then you continue with the same ball. And I try to, I don't alternate every row the whole time. I just wait until it's a new ball, and then I start alternating. I might knit 2 rows of one color, one of the other, 2 of the other, one of the other. But what I try to do also is, so that I don't have a really clear line on my sleeves, is I save some of that ball and know that that's from the sleeve, from the top here, so that I can do the same thing once I start the sleeves. So yes, you can see that this ball might be a little different than this ball, but I've tried to weave it in so that it actually kind of looks just as ombre as it does down here as it does up here. So I take that one little ball and I use a little bit of it to start my sleeves and start weaving in the color over there. And then I do the same thing, and I save the other half, a little bit of it, so that I can do it on this side too. So last night I just got that far where I finished alternating, and now I'm just going to go full speed ahead on that other sleeve. And this is the Terranova, and I'm using Sweet Georgia yarn, Superwash DK. Oh, it's just going to be, next time I talk to you, it'll be done. The other things I'm working on, I think I may be having start adding even more in, because as I start thinking about what am I going to knit on while I'm around people, because I can't just sit still. I want to sit. Don't get me wrong. I want to sit because I want to get off my feet, but I can't just sit and not knit. So, but that one will be done. This one requires a chart, which I'll show you, but first I want to get close enough to show you. This is the spiral grain, and I am loving this lace pattern here. I don't know if that does it justice. Maybe there. You can see it there. This is Isabel Kramer. She is my knitting bestie here. I wish I knew her. This is Emsworth, and I really feel like my pattern, you can't tell because I haven't gotten far enough yet, but I really feel like my pattern is going to show up nicely in there. So I am using the spiral grain. I knit so loose that this was supposed to be on a 4, and I'm using a 1.5. I think some of the places I've gotten in trouble with my sweater still turning out too big is I don't believe that I'm actually need a 1.5, so I maybe do a 2, and they still come out a little big. So I'm going with a 1.5 now, and I'm really liking my fabric and the way it's turning out. This probably is not my conversational knitting because it requires a chart. So here is my few seconds of why you want a chart. All right, this is what I've done with my chart. I have highlighted the 2 stitches that are really similar, which are my knit 2 togethers and my slip knits. So I've got orange and yellow, and this way I can start memorizing which one I'm coming to as I get to it. And it's easier for me to just easily see, oh, that's what the slip knit is, that's what the knit 2 together is, all of that. So I definitely, it's a little craft project before I get started. Then I use highlighter tape. And so this is the row right below the tape that I am working on. And what I love about highlighter tape and working with a chart is everything below is what my knitting is supposed to look like. There's written directions in here. If you are committed to your written directions, I just want you to just listen just a little bit longer, because what I can do here is I can see that I'm supposed to do this stitch right over that yarn over. The written directions don't tell me that. So if I'm not ready to do that over this, then I know that it's not going to look the way it's supposed to. That's just my little lecture, if you may. Thank you for amusing me on charts. I love charts. And then, so that's my second project. My third project is this one, and which I think may actually be my social knitting project around folks. And yes, I've got my pattern all wadded up. It is the Chevron Cloud. And this one I'm doing with 29 bridges that I've been putting away for quite some time. I've probably had this away in since the summer. And I've done my swatch, and I think I'm ready to get this casted on and ready to take that out and about with me. And then my fourth one is going to be this one. So I'll have 4, but that sweater's going to be off my needles in no time flat. And I haven't done a shawl in a while because I've been on the Melissa train and doing a lot of sweaters, but I don't, I've been missing knitting something a little bit smaller.